Callagy, it's Mastery Monday. We're here to daily connect and share with warriors like yourself, committed to lives and growth and mastery. On this Mastery Monday, I want to talk about one of my absolute mentors, somebody I believe in at a deep level, mentor from a distance, of course, Bruce Springsteen. Last Friday, I went to Bruce on Broadway with my son, and my son was just dropped off at college, and we were doing that as a special father and son thing, and it was one of the most magical and special nights of my life. And when we were there, Bruce is somebody who is not only a great performer, and this is somebody who has incredible abundance, the ability to just mail it in at some level, or just not forget about mail it in, maybe just not give everything. So he puts on this absolute unbelievable performance. Multiple times I have tears rolling down my face. I feel so connected and just powerfully running us through this perfect night before my son's going to go away to college, thinking about our life and his childhood and my childhood and our family and all these different things. And so we were blessed and privileged to be in the second row, and the show ends, and here Bruce goes down the line shaking hands with people. And I thought it was a silly thought ran through my mind that there was just recognition and connection with Bruce. And my son, I love him, we have an amazing relationship, but he's certainly somebody that is probably less apt to say, hey, I think something magical and special is happening. And later he would tell me that he felt the same thing. In fact, he felt that he was making an unusual amount of eye contact with Bruce and really thought Bruce was sort of connecting to maybe where we were and what was happening that night, knowing that it was a really special night, maybe, seeing tears on my face, my son's eyes filled up with tears a few different times during the show. So Bruce comes around, he's shaking people's hands in the front row, and all of a sudden, my son, I felt, I don't like to be pushing in situations like this. My son starts to move my arm forward very gently. Bruce shakes my hand, and then he shakes the person who's in front of us. And by the way, we're second row center, so we're about 10 feet from the whole night. And then he shakes my son's hand. And when he does, my son's name is Tyler, he goes, hold on. He walks back. People are taking pictures, screaming, cheering. He walks back to the piano, gets something, and walks back and reaches past the entire front row, right, over them, hands my son his guitar pick, and shakes his hand again. And first of all, as a dad, it felt like this magical moment of connection where he very intentionally, went and handed Tyler that guitar pick to say, I recognize you, I see you, I want to connect with you. And so on a personal level, I was so grateful, and it was such a powerful moment, and it again represented who Bruce was. And about 2 years ago, right before the big Wachanski trial in Arizona, we had a very emotional night as well, as I thought everything I believed in was on the line, and we went to see Bruce, and Bruce came around, we were right by the second pit, and sang and looked him in Tyler's eyes and high-fived him at some point. So it was our second sort of magical connection moment with Bruce. But what I really thought about was this. First of all, he doesn't need to shake anybody's hand, right? Everybody's going to go, everybody's going to participate. He didn't need to deliver with the energy level, the caring. I mean, this guy's doing this every night for months upon months, where he's delivering this essentially solo show. And he certainly, in the middle of shaking hands with people, didn't need to look at an 18-year-old and truly want to connect with them at the level he did. But he did all those things. And he didn't do it with fanfare. He did, who else is going to really think or feel that way? And it didn't matter to him. What mattered to him was, for whatever reason, he wanted to do something really special and connect. And that's just who the guy is. And so what's incredibly interesting, I may not believe in every political solution that Bruce Springsteen believes in, but every single thing he says and believes in, that he talks about, the people overcoming, the pain and challenges that people go through in their life, all of these different things, what we can all do at a level of mastery and mirror what Bruce is. Maybe we might have different solutions than other people, but we can all try to live in this level of authenticity and truth about whatever the issues are. Sometimes it feels like, doesn't it, that right isn't right anymore and wrong isn't wrong anymore. It depends upon politically where you stand. And to me, that's just the opposite of mastery. Mastery is really all about living authentic truth. Right is right, wrong is wrong, and sometimes there's gray areas and there's things to talk about. But if we're coloring through our prism, the assessment of what everybody does through this prism of that they somehow are separate from us or disagree with us, I think that's where we've gotten really off track. And so sitting there with Bruce that night, I thought about that and thought about what an incredible message of unity. And I know that he has very strong political feelings about certain things, but even as he delivered the show, his political message was one of unity. one of truth, one of integrity. And maybe his beliefs about some things that are going on might differ from some of the people, when you apply those standards, but he really talked about such powerful standards of resonance. And I think if we could all look to that message, I know I was inspired to do that and to look at my own perspectives on things and to make sure I'm fairly evaluating them. But second, if we could really think about being more like Bruce in being, in your mid-60s, in being totally financially abundant and having the ability to do that guy can go on for an hour and people will be thrilled with what he did. And he's there for over 2 hours, almost 2.5 hours, in this solo show, and taking a moment at the end of this night, and probably the 5th night he did it that week, and connecting with somebody in the audience and delivering such a magical and special moment. And clearly, when he did it, loving every second of it, because it wasn't about money, it wasn't about a show, it's about who he is and his masterful standards of excellence, of connecting and caring about other people and human beings. So Bruce, thank you, God bless. God bless all of you. Let's think about mastery and go forward. Lots to talk about. Please come back tomorrow, because we just got back from Frank Heyman and we haven't talked about it yet. Lots to discuss. Thanks. I'm Sean Callagy.